Singer 99K is the same as this one, or 185K. So on this unit there is nothing to remove, so don't worry. There is the only thing you need to remove is the front plate. There is a small screw somewhere here. That's it. Don't need to disassemble the tensioner, anything else. All you need to have is perhaps a small, I have a tip of a screwdriver or anything sharp, a Chinese screwdriver, you know, those thin one, long ones. That's all you need if it's the same problem on this unit. So what happened is that the tensioner would simply not have any tension in any settings, because the two pressure discs were staying split open, just like if the foot presser lever would stay at all times up. Even if I would put it down, the two discs were staying open. The reason for this is we have inside here, hopefully you'll see well enough, this small piece is kind of round, going like this. So you need to look inside your own machine. This piece here has a spring, and it's actually this lever. It's a U-shaped piece. The other end, it's connected to this thing. Actually, it's touched by this lever here. So when you lift this lever, this piece here will just move towards the tensioner. Press a small pin here. You don't see that pin, but it's a very, very thin pin inside this tube. That pin pushes on the two pressure discs and keeps them apart, releases the tension basically. So what happened is that for some reason this lever here would always push on that pin, which obviously would keep the two discs distant at all time. So basically this lever here was stuck in the position that you see now, more or less, was stuck pushing and releasing the tension, just like the lever was up, but it was stuck in the same position even if this lever was low. It would just keep pushing on that pin, which obviously is not okay. And the reason for that is that you see underneath this lever actually it's pushing onto a small spring, this spring here. So the way it works is that when you lower here this lever, this other piece here, the spring must push this piece back. So this is the normal operation. Let's look at the piece here, of the lever here. When I have this down and I'm going to move it up, just look at, this is the normal operation. It's down, presser foot down. Now I'm lifting it, and the piece it's moving towards to release the tension. So this is the normal operation, and mine was stuck all times like this. Why? Because this small spring, and I'm sorry for making the story this long, this small spring actually has the action to push the lever towards me to release, to let the tension set again. So basically we have this lever here, and it's pushing, it's compressing the spring. When you lift this one, it's compressing the spring, and when you lower it, the spring pushes away that lever, and the tension is set again normal. There is tension in the. So my problem was, and I think it's going to happen to other owners, that this small spring, for some reason, it just kind of moved sideways, and it was no longer pushing the lever away. So again, this spring has to push this lever towards me. So it's just really a spring that's when I move this like this, you notice perhaps the spring is compressed, and when I release it, the spring it's expand. Well, this spring for some reason is going to shift to one side. The end here, this end, not the other end of the spring. The end towards me, it's attached to the lever. This, the right end, it's simply pushing against the case here, the body of the machine. So what you want to do is look at the spring, and if you see that this lever, it's always in this position regardless of my presser foot position, then it means the this side of the spring, instead of staying against the body of the machine normally, has shifted or has kind of overlapped one of the coils. So you need to use a long screwdriver or something similar. And what I did, you need to be sort of gentle with the spring. Don't force on it. Don't try to grab and push and pull with force, because it's not a strong spring. But you want to kind of try to maybe use the tip of the flat screwdriver and try to kind of press on it a little bit like this. Grab the last coil and just kind of grab it towards you, pull it towards you, but gently. Maybe push it upwards, downwards a little bit, until it will just break loose all of a sudden. This is what mine did. And from that moment on, perhaps you notice now it's operating properly. It's just normal operation. So I cannot give you the exact movement that I did to release the spring. I don't really see how it was stuck in there on what, but it's just really kind of, it sits in front of this lever and is pushing. Perhaps you can tell at which point exactly it's pushing. I think mine was maybe the last coil was overlapping like this, which made the spring stay compressed at all time, and for this reason this thing will stay pushed against the pin. So because if there is no spring in here, imagine there is no spring, this lever will always stay like this. That's how it stays. That's why the spring is pushing it away when the presser foot is down. So just wiggle it. I don't know what else to say. Notice there is one, I can tell there's 1, 2, about 3 coils or so. Try to just grab it like this, give it a kick a bit. Don't be afraid, but don't force, don't exaggerate either. And until it feels like you see all the 3 coils, you see this length. The length that I have here, I'm not sure how much is it. I would say it's about this much. I would say about 6 millimeters or so. I don't know in inches, but so that's all you need to do. There's nothing else. Nothing else to remove or anything. Just put the cover back in place. I don't think the spring will break. And also it has a weird position. It's weird because you have this kind of cylinder here, and the spring is kind of pushing on the side of the cylinder, but not with the full diameter of the coil, the last coil. It's a weird position, but as long as it's pushing back the lever properly. Notice I'm lifting the presser foot. So at this moment, just like I was explaining in the beginning of the video, the small piece here, it's away from this end of the tensioner, and it's away from the tiny pin. There is a small pin inside, which you don't really see. Perhaps you will see the end of the pin inside the slot here. Careful, don't flip the machine on the side, because that pin may slide out of there and you may lose it. Just careful, it's a long thin pin inside here. And also make sure you put the tensioner back in. If you ever remove it, make sure it sits correctly back in place. There is a video, I'll try to link you that video, because it's well done. One of them, or the others are not very clear. One is well done. I'm going to link it in the comment section. Again, 99K and 185K should be the same.